Welcome to Stem Cell University. I am Katana.
And I am Patty. Our Stem Cell University channel is here for educational purposes only. We do not intend to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medical condition. Always consult with a physician or other qualified healthcare providers before embarking on a new treatment, product to use, diet, or fitness plan. Welcome, ladies. We have our wonderful friends here today. Welcome to our channel.
Hi, I'm Gigi, and this is my daughter, Christina.
Hi, ladies.
Hello, ladies.
Today we are going to be talking about inflammation, and here you go.
If you have chronic inflammation or pain in your body, this video can be very useful to you. Inflammation is a huge problem, and unfortunately, the way that people fix it is they just camouflage it with medications, and what that does is it just continues the problem longer and longer. So today, I'm going to get to the underlying root causes. When people are given the wrong diagnosis, it's like you can really make them worse. So it's vitally important to find the real underlying cause to your problem. Unfortunately, you don't see much of that in medicine. So today, as I go through the potential causes, try to see if one resonates with you more than others. I do know that when you present a person with the real problem, a lot of times they just intuitively, it just makes sense to them. It's like, yes, that's it. Finally, someone found the real cause. So that's what I'm going to try to do today and give you some solutions. So this video is really about trying to isolate the real problem, okay? As far as the solution, I'm going to give you some things to focus on, but there's going to be additional information on how to solve this, and I have a lot more videos on that. But the first step is first trying to locate what's underneath the inflammation. Now, the top selling drug in the world is an anti-inflammatory, Humira. So apparently a lot of people have inflammation. And one little side note, which is very important and something you should know about, is that cancer goes into areas of old injury, inflammation. So by using this data I'm going to show you to get to the root of it, you can potentially limit the amount of cancer that can spread into an area and hopefully eliminate cancer altogether, because there's a huge link between inflammation and cancer, inflammation and heart disease, inflammation and insulin resistance. And so it's a problem. But inflammation can come from many different sources. So when you start taking some natural remedy, let's say it's turmeric for inflammation, it doesn't work, well, it could be some cause that's not fixed with turmeric. So let's go through the different causes of inflammation. Okay. First one is high iron. This is not as common, but especially in men, if you have too much iron because you have a certain disorder, a lot of men develop this problem after they're 50 years old, you can start to accumulate a lot of iron because iron is not easily eliminated through the body, and it can create cirrhosis in the liver. And as soon as you start consuming anything like red meat or iron supplements, you're going to just feel really bad. So that's a good little clue to know that you have excessive iron. But too much iron can create a lot of inflammation because our bodies just cannot get rid of iron. Now, another clue that you might have high iron is you donate blood and you feel better. Wow. Or if you're female, you menstruate and you feel better. That could be an indication that you have this problem. One of the remedies is phytic acid, which happens to be something that blocks minerals. It's like a chelating type chemical. And I always recommend to stay away from it because it's in grains. It's going to block zinc. But as a treatment for high iron, it is effective. I will put a link down below for more information on that if that resonates with you. Number two, this is the big one, especially the main reason why most people are taking this drug right here. You have an autoimmune disease, and I have quite a few videos on this topic. The solution is high levels of vitamin D3, 40,000 IUs, consistently over a period of time, and you will feel better from that. Because if you could just stop the inflammation from an autoimmune, especially if it's like rheumatoid arthritis, you instantly start getting rid of all this extra damage that's occurring, and you let your body heal. Also, the other remedy for that is called TUDCA, together with vitamin D. Tutcut is a type of bile salt, a remedy that can activate the vitamin D receptor without giving you vitamin D. So it's a very interesting thing, but the combination of these two can greatly help this problem. There's more to it. I have videos on it. I will put those links down below. Number 3, fiber. So as you know, the carnivore diet is becoming very popular because people are they can't handle fiber. Okay, and I'm not even just talking about grain fiber. That's a given. If you're consuming grains with gluten, I mean, even if you don't have a sensitivity to fiber, all that omega-6 fatty acid is just going to tear up your gut, and you're going to have all sorts of inflammation. I'm talking about vegetables, and even like beans and things like that, legumes. But fiber in general, if someone has gut damage already, will flare up that inflammatory process and literally put them in a situation where they feel crippled and they have a lot of skin issues and inflammation. So if you start consuming more fiber and you feel worse, well, you just might want to go carnivore for a while and see if you feel better. But this all relates to an imbalance with your microbes in your gut because they need fiber. If you don't have the right microbes or enough of the microbes, and you're going to get these reactions from this fermentation in your gut, or if it's actually higher up in the gut, in the small intestine, it's just going to tear up your intestines. So that's number 3. Number 4, this is very unknown, but actually very, very common. And I kind of identify this in practice because people come in with a lot of right shoulder pains and fibromyalgia, which is dominating on the right side, right through here, which is very common. And as you pull the string to try to find out what's underneath it, the bile ducts usually are jammed up with bile sludge, or the entire gallbladder is just sluggish for various reasons, in which case all that pressure is going to back up and cause pressure through the plumbing up to your liver, and which is going to refer pain all the way through here, sometimes back over through here to the rhomboid or this muscle right here. You'll get therapy, you'll get treatment, you get medication, but unless you really understand this and fix it, boy, that problem is not going away. So the remedy is touching.
Hold up for a second, Patty.
Sure.
It over here. It's a simple remedy.
Now I like this because he's talking about different things and understanding exactly what is really happening with the body.
Yeah.
Geraldina, what do you think?
He's saying diet, lack of sleep. Like, I like the way Patty explained it. Diet, lack of sleep, lack of exercise, stress. So you've got a picture of someone's leg.
This rash only affects one part of the body, so it is a localized disease. It's an infection. It's inflammation. This is an infection.
Yeah, I've seen that. You know who people have that I see it on their faces. What is that called? My friend has that. Eczema.
Oh.
Is it
Eczema. No,
where they
eczema.
You've seen people with eczema, really bad eczema?
Yeah.
It'll come all over. You can't even touch them. They're like so sensitive.
Yeah.
Could be.
Well, eczema is caused by inflammation and different things that's happening in the body.
Oh, I like this one.
And it's a reaction of it coming out of the body.
Well, what's that?
Diabetes. I really wish that David Schmidt could talk about the inflammation. What do you think?
We found this little patch, and we are leaving the link below. If you want, check it out.
Geraldina,
Yes.
where did you find this patch?
Well, my lovely friend Patty introduced me to it. And at first I was like, huh? What is it? And she told me it was crystals, and it has the ability to activate and regenerate your body naturally using its own light and heat. So I was skeptical, but I gave it a shot, and I'm kind of more open-minded than most people, but I love it. It makes me feel great. It makes me feel happy. And what really sold me is introducing it to my mom, who had some arthritis in her hands. And we put 2 patches on her. And she called me up the next day and she said it helped her. And she was able to open up her hand and move her fingers around, when before it was like her hand was like almost locked, where she couldn't even open up her fingers. So that really got me interested. And here I am.
So I just want to talk a little bit about what the patches are. And they're these little patches, and inside of them are salt, sugar, and amino acids. And basically they are activated when you place them on your skin, and the heat and light from your body activates it.
Wow.
Right?
That's really cool.
Is that simple?
That is very simple. And this one that you guys are talking about, is this the Eon?
Yes, this is Eon that I'm wearing.
Mm-hmm.
I like to wear it here.
Me too.
But you can wear it anywhere, right?
Yes, I'm wearing the same thing.
Yeah.
So
I don't know
we're
why I
all
like
wearing
to close
this.
my heart.
And what do you experience, Geraldine?
In a nutshell, I'm like overall well-being. Like I'm able to, focus on my day and what I need to get through. I was never really able to do that. I was like all over the place in my life, but now I feel like it's helping me. I can really stop and I can think and I can just get through my day easier, when before I kind of had like I don't know, where I just a lot of distractions, but it was within me, my mind. Like I don't know what to call it, erratic thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes.
got a lot better, and I feel happier, believe it or not. Like I just feel I'm happy, I'm good, I'm in a good place, I have hope for the future. I feel happiness.
They do call this the happy patch, by the way.
And everything else can like kind of fall into place after that. The bills you have to pay and thinking about your kids' futures and all that. I'm kind of like, okay, I'll figure it out. And I never really had that before. I was always kind of like panicky and anxiety, but I'm in a good place. I don't know how else to explain it.
Mm-hmm. And what were you going to say, Katana?
She's correct in the spot of being happy. The patch takes the stress out of your life, and she was talking about finances. Not to worry, she's not worried about it no more, because you know what happens in that financial situation. The only way money is a vibration. So your vibration depends on where you're at. So if you're sporadic, then your money is sporadic. Your finances are sporadic.
Yeah.
So it's an emotional ride all the way through. And to help people change how they feel, because it's the war in humanity. It's not the world being at war. It's each one of us being at war.
Yes.
And as you're stating, all of that inside was going on. And I kind of had the same thing. I'm running more than one thing at a time and trying to have enough energy to make it through all of this stuff that I'm creating. I would get tired thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because I was overwhelmed. And for the Eon patch for me has helped me with my thyroid. I lost over 20 pounds in 14 days because of the inflammation in the body. Mm-hmm. And that creates swelling, as we can see in the picture, and understanding what we've already talked about tonight is that inflammation brings swelling, and it hides in different places.
Yes, that's interesting. That's interesting that it did all that for you. It's amazing. 2 weeks.
Yeah. And
that's
how's Christina feeling?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Is she around?
Oh, Christina, do you want to come on here and talk for a second? Okay, she's coming.
Yeah, we want to make sure we connect with everybody.
Okay, so you're gonna tell your experiences?
Oh, do you want me to say what I said before?
Yes.
So, recently my dad passed away, if you don't know, and I had a lot of anxiety, and I guess you could say I was like depressed after that. And seeing that like there was like that one missing person in the table, and like knowing that like is like the rest of my family just gonna is it gonna keep getting smaller, this dinner table? And I just had anxiety from that. But after I heard about the patches, you know, it kind of took a weight off my shoulder because I knew there was like hope, and I knew that like maybe this could help my family.
Yeah.
And it really did. It helped my grandma with her arthritis, and it helped me too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you like it gives you like hope for the future, and knowing that people may not have to suffer as much, you know, with their chronic pain and that inflammation and all that. That there's something that we can do that actually cures. And you know, once we get rid of these health ailments, there's nothing that we cannot do as people, as humans. There's nothing we cannot do, because right now what's stopping us is disease and aging and losing energy and not be able to accomplish the things we need to accomplish. So I feel like this particular product can actually, it's going to help us be like Superman, Superwoman, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's hope for the future, it really is. And
Yes, it is.
you know, that brings you joy and happiness in the horizon, because I think depression is always thinking about the future in a bad way. That causes depression, I think, you know.
Yeah. And you can
Like
actually
worry.
go out. You can do your exercise. You feel so much
Yeah.
better. That's more important. Just like
Yeah.
this little one says, regular physical activity. You're able to do that. You get more brain clarity, and you can go for a walk. You can ride your bike. You can eat natural foods, because you're not thinking about your pain in your body. You actually have a better way to take care of your inflammation in your body. You know, when you work out, you're not getting so stressed. You can actually go forward and do something better.
Yeah. Yeah.
It gives you like motivation to do things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
energy.
great. I love it. I cannot say enough good things about it.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Thank you, beautiful Christina, beautiful Geraldina, for joining us. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. That
And
was fun.
You guys, you have a wonderful time.
We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you. So I just want to talk a little bit about what the patches are. And they're these little patches, and inside of them are salt, sugar, and amino acids. And basically they are activated when you place them on your skin, and the heat and light from your body activates it.
Wow.
Right?
That's really cool.
Is that simple?
That is very simple. And this one that you guys are talking about, is this the Eon?